guys, welcome back to another tutorial of iPhone app development. In this part of the tutorial we are going to discuss the Swift basic concept, and in the Swift basic concept we are going to discuss the collection type, and in the collection type we are going to discuss array, dictionary and set. In this tutorial I am going to discuss only array, and I will create a separate video for dictionary and set. Before I start, let me request you, please subscribe my channel and click the like button. Also click the notification icon so you can get the notification of my further upcoming videos. So please subscribe my channel so that you can get the notification of all the upcoming video that I am going to upload further. So, and please click the like button if you like this video. Also feel free to put anything in the comment area, anything you want to know further, or you want any improvement in my videos, so you can comment me. So let us move further with the collection types. So in the Swift we have three collection types: array, dictionary and set. Array is an ordered collection of value, dictionary is an unordered collection of key value, and set is an unordered collection of unique value. So what does this means? What is an array? Array is an ordered collection of value. So suppose you have a bunch of flowers and you need to do some operation with these flowers, like you need to store these flower inside you need to store these flower somewhere, and you need to use that flower, set a bunch of flowers, name of the flowers or the image of a flowers in your application. So how will you do that? You will create an array for that. You can create an array. There are many more things that you can do for storing anything. You can use a database also, but if you don't have a very large amount of a flower, you have a very less amount of flower, and the array can do the thing very easily. So you need to create an array of flowers, and you will do all the operation with these flowers in your application. So what is an ordered collection? Ordered collection means that whatever you put inside that collection, it has a specific value for that, it has a specific index for that. Like if you put a 10 flower inside an array, you can access any of the flower with the index of that flower. Dictionary is a key value. You can access each element of a dictionary collection with a key, name of the key. You need to define a key, and you can define a value thereafter. So for a flower you can create a flower key. Flower is equal to rose, fruit is equal to something else, and like this. So this is a dictionary, and set is the unordered collection of a unique value. So whatever you put inside a set is a unordered collection. You cannot access any element, but you can access the set of element, a bunch of element. So for that we use a set. So let us discuss our array first, then we will discuss a dictionary and set in more detail. So what is an array? Here you can see I have shown a pictorial representation of an array, and you can see I have created a integer array. How many elements I have used here, in how many integer I have put inside an array? I have put a 4 element inside an integer array. And one more thing, in an array, dictionary and set, I have you can see we have a syntax over here. Array, whenever you declare an array, you need to define the element type. Suppose you create a array of integer, you need to write a int over here, and if you are creating array of a string, you can write a string, and like this. Inside a dictionary you need to define the data types of a key and a value. So if a key is a string, you can write string over here, and the value is integer, then you can write a integer over here. And in a set you need to define just like the array, but you cannot access the elements of the set with the index. So this is what the array is, and this is how you store a value inside an array. You need to define an array. You have put everything inside an array, and now how you will access an element? You are using a index for that. Suppose 21, 34, 54 and 12. these are the elements of an array, and the 21 has an index of a 0. The first element has an index of a 0, and it increases with 1, 2 and 3, 0, 1, 2 and 3. So 21 will have an index 0, 34 will have an index 1, 54 will 2 and 12 will have an index of 3. For accessing 54, you need to write int array, and inside this square bracket you need to write the index of 54. So what is the index of 54? 0, 1 and 2. So here you will write int array, and inside here you will write 2, and you can access 54. So this is how you will access the element of an array, and this is how you will create an array. This is how the memory is allocated inside for an array. This is an integer array, so you have a four places are captured inside a memory, and you can access each and every element with the index of that array. What are the important feature of an array? You need to access element. I have shown how we will access, and we will do all the practical thing in the playground also. So we need to access an element, we need to modify and add element. Suppose you want to modify, like for 34 you need to write something else, like 91 you need to write. So you can modify the element of an array by the index. Just you will write int array, and in 1 is equal to 91, and it will replace this 34 with 91. So this is how you will modify an array element. Add element. For adding an array element you need to use the append keyword, and we are going to discuss this also. So this is also we are going to discuss adding a new element using the subscript syntax doesn't work. We need to use an append keyword. So built-in array function is empty, first, append, remove, insert, reversed and count. We are going to discuss all these things. Commonly used function inside an array. You need to loop inside an array. You need to access each element of an array. For that you can use a for loop, and there are built-in function for that. So we are going to discuss for that. So iterate an array element and filter an. How will you filter an array element? See, this is how you will filter an array element. You use a filter keyword for that. And iterate an array for loop we will use, and like this we will iterate. So we are going to discuss all these things practically in a playground, and the thing will become more clear to you. So let us move to our playground and create an array. So first of all we will create an array. Now we have an array in our Objective C. We had an array of two types. The first one was the mutable, and the second one was the immutable. The mutable array, once you created the array, you can change the value of the array. The value that you put inside the array, you can change that value. You can add anything to it, you can remove anything from it. So this was called a mutable array, and immutable array was something that from where you cannot change anything. So in the Swift language, we can create a mutable and immutable array depending upon the requirement by using if and let variables. If and let keyword. So let us create an array first. First of all I will create a immutable array, and immutable array can be created with a let keyword. So I will use let, name of the array, let arr 1 I can say is equal to I am storing a value of alphabets, a few alphabet I am storing, A, B and C I can store here. So I am storing these values. So this is a simple array. This is a simple immutable array. Now if I want to change the value of the array elements, suppose I want the ARR element to be something like this. So I cannot do that because I have created a immutable array. So my system will not allow me, or Xcode will not allow me to do any changes to this array. So see, it is saying that you cannot assign a value of ARR1 with a let constant. So if I create a var keyword, let me create another object for that, and I will add use a var keyword here. Now if I want to change the value of the ARR2, I will be able to do that because it is of a mutable type. So this is how we create an array in Swift. Simple array creation with a mutable and immutable type. So this is the creation of an array. Now what we are going to discuss, assign a value to an array, access an array element. So how can you access an array element? Now suppose you have created a two array. I have created one mutable and one immutable, so I am going to be the object that is put inside the array. This array has three objects A, B and C, so I am going to access this B. How can I access this? I will just inside an array, every object has an index. So index starts from 0. So A will have as index 0, B will have a 1 and C will have a 2. So B will have a 1. So for accessing this B, I will need to do this. I will just write here 1 and this will provide B for me. Let me print this, or my Xcode will automatically print this. Let me print the value of this. How will I write the value of this? Just going to use double quote, a slash and this, and I will be able to get the value of this. So you can see a B will be printed over here. It is running the Swift Basic. So after running, you can see the B will be printed. So this is how we access the array element. Adding and deleting an object from an array. Now we will be discussing that. Let me just run this once again. It is taking lots of time, so I will use this manual running, and I am going to just do this like. See, B is printed. So now what we are going to do is, we are going to access our array element. Let me use so what we are going to do is, now we will be adding value to an array or removing value from an array. See, we have done this, access an element, modify, and we are now going to discuss how to modify, add element to an array. So if you want to add any element to an array, first of all, it should be noted, you should remember that you can only add or remove element from a mutable array, and mutable array is always created with the var keyword. So if you have used this var keyword, you can add anything to this array element by using this append keyword. So I will use arr2.append and I will add anything. So I am going to add D to it. So now if I try to print this, I will get A, B, C and D inside my array. Sorry, I am going to print the entire array. This is going to, now I will be, you can see A, B, C and D will be printed. So this is how we append an array. We add an element to an array. For removing, we use arr2 dot remove at index. So if you want to remove an array at index 0, 1 and 2, so you can use 2, and this is will be removed. The element of C will be removed from here. So you use remove keyword for that. Remove keyword can remove the element from the last index or at any index. So remove at index is used. There are remove, you can see over here. If you use arr2 dot remove, it is remove last is there, remove all is there, remove first is there, or remove at index is there. So you can remove the last element, first element, or you can remove all the element, or you can remove any element at index. So this is how you remove element. So D is see D is printed over here. I have appended D and D is printed. Now I have if I run this code again after removing the array element C, so you can see C is not printed. See, this is how you add and delete element to an array. Adding any elements we have discussed. Now yes, now we are going to discuss the built-in array function. How many built-in array functions are there? So there are several built-in array function. IsEmpty, first, append, remove. Append and remove we have discussed. IsEmpty is used to check if the array has any element or not. If the array has no element, isEmpty will be true. The bool variable isEmpty will be true. Insert is going to insert any element to our array. Reverse is going to reverse the all the element of array element, and count will give us the counter how many objects are there inside the array. So let us discuss this one by one. So let me first of all check how isEmpty is going to work. So isEmpty is a built-in boolean variable, and this boolean variable gives a value true and false. Accordingly, if our array has no element, it is going to give us the true value, and if our array has any element, it is going to give a false value. So if I check if arr2 dot isEmpty is equal to true, comes to if part, else comes to else part. So my Xcode will the if part will be printed, because if part will not be printed because my array element has a value. So my else part will be printed. So print else, or you will write printf. See how this will go. Array element is not empty, so else will be printed. So see, if I run this part of the code, else will be printed. So this is how the isEmpty works. Now first array, if you want to get the first array element, if you write arr2 dot first, it is going to provide the first array element A, and if you write arr2 dot last, it is going to provide the last array element, and the last array element is D. So this is how the first and last comes. And append and remove we have discussed. Insert, reversed, and count. So let me insert any element to an array. How we will insert? Dot insert. So if you want to insert a new array element W at index 0, this will be done using insert built-in function. See, W is inserted. So this is how insert work. Reverse is going to reverse our array element. Let me reverse array element dot reversed. Just all the element will be reversed. See, W comes to the last and D comes to the first. This is how the reversed array element. And the count, arr2 dot count will give the amount of object present inside the array. There are 4 objects, so it is going to print us 4. So this is the built-in array function. Now commonly used function in array: iterate and filter. This is very important and this makes a very beautiful question for the interview, so you should remember this. So how you iterate an array element and how you filter an array element. Suppose you have an array, I have an array of 4 elements. I want to move to each and every element and I want to print each and every element of the array. How will I do that? I will just use the iterate keyword. Just write arr2 dot enumerate keyword, enumerated. See, for and in, I will use for and in keyword for that. Also we use enumerated, and enumerated is also going to do the same thing, but we are going to discuss that in more detail after using this for and in keyword. So let me use a for and in keyword for that. So you use for arr2 in, for items in arr2, or object, you can say. You can use anything, this is, you are creating a variable over here, and this variable name you can decide on your own. You can use objects in the name of the array. For objects in array, print objects. So this is going to print all the object in the loop condition. ABCD will be printed like this. So a loop is created and this loop iterate to all the objects of an array. Now I just said we use a enumerated keyword, we can use also. So for you use a, first of all, if you want to print the index also, so first of all you write index, object for the index, and then object for the objects, and then you can write arr2 dot enumerated. This is going to print the objects will carry all the objects of the array, and index idx will carry all the index of an array. Now if I write print idx and objs, so this is going to print the index and object over here. So see, 0 for D, 1 for B, and this is printed like this. This is called array enumerated. So I have used the enumeration or iteration of an array. Now let me discuss the filtration of an array. Suppose you want to filter any element from an array. Filter out element means you want to search something from an array like this. If it is an array, I have used a filtered. Let filter is equal to dot filter word in return. See, if I created an array, let me move to apple, write this like apple, B for banana, and C for cat. Now I want to filter out an apple from an array. So what I will do is I will just use let filtered, or you can use any other object also. I am using filtered arr is equal to, this is the array that will carry the filtered list of an array. So filtered array is equal to arr2 dot filter, and inside this we will use a curly braces dot filter, and we are using a curly braces is going to do like this, dot filter, and objects inside an array, objs in an array, and where obj is equal to apple. I am writing the condition over here, return, with a return type also, return objs is equal to apple. So my filter array will be C. My filter array is, let me write, let me print it, print filtered array, and then apple. Filter array will contain only apple. If I want to objs contains some objects, like here count is greater than 3, you can use any other condition for that, will filter out your array elements. So this is what the collection type for an array. So with this we come to the end of this tutorial, and in our next tutorial we are going to discuss the dictionary and all the detail about the other collection type, like array, dictionary and set. So we will be discussing dictionary and set, and we will close this. So goodbye for now.